Hi, my name is Ángel Garcia, and I'm an assistant professor at James Madison University. My dissertation research focused on exploring how reliable is culturally framed geological knowledge about karst. And right now, my work focuses on multiple aspects of cave and karst science. First, I'm a first generation student, first generation undergrad, first generation grad school. I'm the only member in my family to hold a PhD. One of my accomplishments is all the peer reviewed literature that I be able to write in collaboration since I graduated, along with my PhD advisor. And I think also I'm really proud of mentoring undergrad students in research and getting them to conferences, writing collaboration with them, peer review papers, and so on. Besides all the academic stuff, I'm proud of money I've been gotten to get research done, sponsored by National Science Foundation, the Virginia Museum of Natural History Foundation, FASPES, which is a national science foundation kind of like from Brazil, and from NCAR and UCAR as well. I'm really intentional about doing research with community members in places like Puerto Rico, Brazil, Mexico, and the Shenandoah Valley. In 2020, I was awarded as the Early Career Scientist by the Karst Division of the Geological Society of America, and I've been winning a couple of awards for teaching by the provost of JMU at my current institution. So for my PhD program, PhD need to have two scientifically different projects and defend them. The challenge, I failed the part of the exam for my main project. I needed to take the exam again. The challenge was that I didn't understand at the moment that it's okay to ask questions, to reach out with your inquiries to members of your committee. I failed my comps for the first time for PhD, and it's really interesting because my main project was in geoscience education. That it was a little bit of a concept of introducing ethnography into geological observations. A lot of the students in my department back then, they used to have second project on something related to geoscience education. Fellow students said, you don't need to have a high level of knowledge for the second project. I listened to that as I developed projects. I was paying attention to that, but my community, since my first project was backwards, they told me to have both projects at the same level as the first one. So when I was taking my oral exam, my committee asked me why I did not consult them. At the moment, I felt dumb taking that advice from my peers, and I felt shame. I felt ashamed of failing. It hit really close home, especially because my research was relevant for me as a person. Failing this exam put in my mind many sort of things that were important for me as academic, important for me as a person into context, and they might not have been relevant for this type of work at a PhD level. Some of these obstacles just really weren't in front of my mind when I keep thinking about it. I didn't want to talk about the failure with other students in my program, and I didn't want to talk to my friends, family about what happened. It was a lot of self-shaming. And my co-advisor for the second project, he shared with me in his office that he failed the comps too, right? That part of the exam. And I was like, are you serious? This is a person from a really big R1 university, and he shared with me how he felt. I really identified with that, and my main PhD advisor shared with me how many times he has failed in similar situations as well. And both things make me feel better as a person, but also as a scientist. It helped me get more comfortable with failure. The coping mechanism or strategy was established in a community through my professional society. In that circle, I have been sharing my experience numerous times. Everybody starts seeing your multiple page CV and thinks, oh my God, this person is so successful. But actually, there's a couple steps to get out there. I don't want to say that all these steps is some sort of a roller coaster, but it's not a straight path. Putting this situation out there so you can listen or other people can tell you about it. I move forward by communicating better with all members of my committee. The other thing is that I learned from this is to ask questions. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to literally say, I don't know. It's okay to literally say, I don't understand in this because of something. Since then, I've been sharing with my undergrads this sort of problem, this sort of idea, this sort of advice, and telling them that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay from time to time to fail because that makes us stronger scientists and stronger academics. First, it's really easy to develop a big chunk of your identity around what you're doing professionally. For example, I am the karst scientist in my current department. It's easy to get us really involved, almost a full sense of being just that part of your identity. When you fail, maybe for something that is not a big of a deal, it hits harder because it's your identity, what is really attached to it. My advice is explore all the identities that you have as a person, being a scholar, being an academic, being a grad student. It's just one of many that are out there. Thanks for watching Fail Safe Science. My name is Angel, and I hope my story helps grad students feel less alone.